you got? What can I do for you?
So, what was so much different about this time when you played them? Just more mature? You learned so much from the first time you played them?
Well, the first thing, we were healthy.
Yeah.
And that had a lot to do with it. We, early in the year, even though I kept saying to you guys, we're winning games, but we still are not there yet. We had 5 new guys that early in the year we were trying to work into our system. Phil had been out for a long, long time, and we didn't necessarily have the right rotation, and then when he came back, he missed a couple of games because of just, even though he was healthy, he still was kind of getting the game together, and so it kind of kept us in flux a little bit. And then, you know, Terrence came, and Terrence, we didn't even know, Terrence didn't start at Virginia because he had bruised his heel and didn't practice prior to, and we didn't know he was going to be able to play until warm-ups, to the point where we didn't even start him. Started PJ. So we had, if you remember correctly, MJ had missed 2 games because he had bumped his knee. Then he came down with the flu prior to that. So we had a lot of moving parts, and plus we were not really experienced. We were just, you know, during that time of year, and we were growing and learning and developing. And I think they just took it to us. I mean, the game wasn't even close. The score, the final score was not an indication of how bad they beat us. We just cut it there at the end, and it looked on paper respectable, but it was a 2-possession game with 4 minutes to go in the first half, and then from those last 4 minutes, we went 17 points down at halftime, and we were digging ourselves out of the ditch. They only scored 26 points in the second half up there. I mean, our defense was solid, but we had dug a hole for ourselves.
But you guys showed some fight right away in this one, right? You had to be proud of that, just the way you guys fought, the way you guys defended.
Well, I think tonight, because of the respect we had for them and the outstanding team that they have, we knew that it had to be a 40-minute effort. We had to finish our plays, and we had to really fight for 40 minutes. And I thought our guys did that.
Yesterday, Devin and Terrence made the big shots at the end. Today, David had the big second half. And you say it all season, you have multiple heroes and that guy at any night.
I've said all along that we win games by committee, and I think we've had, 9 different guys be leading scorers on this team during the year, and that's who we are. And for whatever reason, that's how we have to play with this addition of our team. And I get a lot of questions about it, but that's kind of the way this team is built. You know, we don't have a Zion Williams, a one-and-done guy who can go out and, you know, just playing 38, 39 minutes. You know, our guys are best suited for the way we are playing, and they have bought into it. They make sacrifice for one another. They play with an unselfish spirit. And tonight we just had to put it all together against a very, very good basketball team.
Do you think you guys kind of like crashing the party on these big stages, and everybody's talking about Carolina and Duke and Virginia and all that?
Well, we try not to get caught up in all of that because we can't control how people perceive us. What we can do is just go out and worry about those things we can control, and that's giving a tremendous effort for 40 minutes, making good decisions and executing the offense on the other end, and then when you make a mistake, playing through the mistake and just moving on to the next play. And I think that's what our guys did tonight. And sometimes when you somewhat inexperienced like we have, some of the guys, they have a tendency to carry one mistake and let it bother them and move on to another one. But tonight I thought that we brushed off the mistakes we made and got back in the fight.
What's it say about David? You know, he played in Patriot League tournaments, which, you know, they're a big deal. They're playing for their lives, but they're not in front of those kind of crowds. For him to step up in that moment, he's kind of made big plays for you all year.
David is a kid from Chicago, and those kids they play a lot of hard-nosed playground basketball up there, and they grow up with a toughness about them. David, I believe, scored 1,300 points in 3 years at Albany. That's a lot of points, which means that he's extremely confident. He's a graduate student. He's a little older, more mature, and he wanted to come to. He came to Florida State because he wanted to be in this situation. He wanted to go to the NCAA tournament. He wanted to have a chance to play on national TV and play against big games like this. And so he's excited about it. He's prepared mentally, emotionally, and he's done this for us all year long.
What does it mean for you to be leading this team to their third ACC championship game in your tenure?
Well, you know, that's what we're supposed to be doing, trying to put ourselves in position. We feel fortunate to be in this position, but I really haven't given that much thought. That's every team in America starts off with a goal of wanting to get to the NCAA tournament and win a national title, and everybody wants to really win the regular season, and they want to win the tournament. So we couldn't win the regular season, so now we have an opportunity to attain one of our goals. Like every team in America starts off wanting to be in this position, and so now we got to enjoy this victory for a few hours and go get some rest and go prepare, because we know whoever we play is going to be a great team.
What are the next 20 or so hours going to be like for you?
Well, we're going to try to get as much rest as we can, try to stay as focused, try to not get caught up in all the hoopla, and do exactly what we've been doing all year long and not change very much.
Do you see any similarities in those past teams that made it to the ACC title game, or like have a similar feeling that you had before you guys?
You know, I really can't answer that because I don't know how they felt. What we try to do is be consistent, and I've said this to you guys all year long, that we try to be consistent in our preparation and not try to get too up for the teams that maybe might have more recognition than others, and I think that's what we've been doing. And I think that's one reason why we kind of emotionally didn't handle the Duke loss, and we kind of went in a little tailspin, but I thought that now taught us a lot more about how you got to be focused in all situations and not get down when things are not going good and not get too up when things are going well for you. And I think this team is mature to the point where we're not worrying about anything other than ourselves.
Thank you, man.